Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you all for your responses on yesterday. And our yesterday's quiz question was Department of Science and Technology has given note to establish a technology innovation hub recently at which IIT? So it is IIT Mandi. That is it. Now we'll move to today's session. First question for the day. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Sar Creek is a 96-kilometer strip of water disputed between India and Pakistan in the Ran of Kutch. And statement 2. Kharai Camels are swimming camels found only in Gujarat. Which of the above statements is are correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, and option D neither 1 nor 2. So the correct answer here is option C, both 1 and 2, both statements are correct. As you can see in the map, Sar Creek is a 96-kilometer strip of water disputed between India and Pakistan in the Ran of Kachh marshlands. Sar Creek is named after a British representative. The creek opens up in the Arabian Sea and roughly divides the Kutch region of Gujarat from the Sindh Province of Pakistan. And there is a dispute going on between India and Pakistan about this area. This dispute lies in the interpretation of the maritime boundary line between the Kutch and Sindh. Before India's independence, this provincial region was a part of Bombay Presidency of British India. But after India's independence in 1947, Sindh became a part of Pakistan while Kutch remained a part of India. And there is a Bombay government resolution of 1914 signed between then government of Sindh and Rao Maharaj of Kutch. Based on this resolution, Pakistan claims that the entire creek is theirs. The Bombay government resolution, which demarcated the boundaries between two territories, included the creek as a part of Sindh, thus setting the boundary as eastern flank of the creek, popularly known as Green Line. You can see the green line there. And India's argument is that boundary should be mid-channel, means it should not be on the eastern flank but through the middle of the channel. And according to international law and Talwak principle, a boundary can only be fixed in the middle of the navigable channel, which means that the creek has to be divided between Sindh and Kutch and thereby India and Pakistan. And India is using this principle as our argument to fix the boundary. Pakistan, however, claims that Sar Creek isn't a navigable channel, but India claims that since it is a navigable channel in the high tide, the boundary should be drawn from the mid channel. So that is the basic reason of dispute. And importance of Sar Creek is that apart from strategic location, Sar Creek's core importance is fishing resources. Sar Creek is considered to be among the largest fishing grounds in Asia. There is a possible presence of great oil and gas concentration under the sea, which are currently unexploited thanks to impending deadlock on the issue. So that is the importance of Sar Creek. And about dispute resolution, after the 1965 war, British Prime Minister successfully persuaded both countries to end hostilities and set up a tribunal to resolve the dispute. Since 1969, 12 rounds of talks have been held over the issue, but both sides have denied reaching any solution. And in 1999, the Pakistan Navy shot down a MiG-25 fighter plane, so tensions are there. But the last round of talks were held in 2012. Since then, it has been status quo. Now about Kharai Camels. Once UPSC also asked about Kharai Camels. It is also called as Swimming Camels and are found only in Gujarat's Bhuj area. It has been recently recognized as a separate breed of camel, one among the 9 such breeds found in India. And it is for better conservation, they have recognized as separate breed. And this camel is adapted to the extreme climate of Ran of Kachh, where shallow seas and high salinity is prevalent. Kharai camel can live in both coastal and dry ecosystems. It grazes on saline mangrove trees and is tolerant to high saline water. It can swim up to 3 kilometers into the sea in search of mangroves, and that is their primary food. So that is it. Now we'll move to second question. Gadgil and Kasturi Rangan committee often comes in the news is related to option A, doubling farmers' income, option B, Western Ghats, Option C, conservation of Himalayas, and option D, BT crops. So the correct answer here is option B, Western Ghats. The Western Ghats is an extensive region spanning over 6 states, 44 districts and 142 taluks. And guys, our today's quiz question is, name the highest peak in the Western Ghats. Please post your answers in the comment section, which is the highest peak in the Western Ghats. Coming back to our discussion, Western Ghats is the home of many endangered plants and animals, and as we all know, it is the home to 13 national parks and several sanctuaries recognized by UNESCO as one of the world's 8 most important biodiversity hotspots. And these forested hills are also sourcing numerous rivers including Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. And for this reason, the Western Ghats needs high attention in the sustainability aspect of whole India and especially South India. And Ministry of Environment and Forest set up in March 2010 an expert panel to find a strategy for conserving these Ghats, and that is Gadgil Commission. Gadgil Commission defined the boundaries of Western Ghats for the purposes of ecological management. It proposed that this entire area be designated as ecologically sensitive area, and within this area small regions were to be identified as ecologically sensitive zones 1, 2 or 3 based on their existing condition and nature of threat. And the committee proposed a Western Ghats Ecology Authority to regulate activities in the area. And what happened is, none of the 6 concerned states agreed with the recommendations of Gadgil Committee. So in August 2012, the then Environment Ministry constituted a high-level working group on the Western Ghats under Kasturi Rangan to examine the Gadgil Committee report holistically. And Kasturi Rangan Committee recommended a ban on mining, quarrying and sand mining. No new thermal power projects were allowed, but hydropower projects allowed with restrictions. A ban on new polluting industries were recommended, and building and construction projects up to 20,000 square meter was to be allowed, but townships were to be banned, and forest diversion could be allowed with extra safeguards. So that are the Kasturi Rangan Committee recommendations, and these recommendations of the report is not yet implemented. Controversies and protest regarding this report comes often in the news. It is a main topic as well. So that is it. Moving to the last question for the day. United for Biodiversity, recently seen in the news, is an initiative by which among the following? Option A, UNEP, option B, World Wildlife Fund, option C, European Commission, and option D, US government. So the correct answer here is option C, European Commission. It is a coalition made up of zoos, aquarium, botanical gardens, national parks and natural history and science museums around the world. It was launched on World Wildlife Day 2020, which was on 3rd March, and it is launched by European Commission. The European Commission is the executive branch of European Union, responsible for proposing legislation, implementing decisions and upholding EU treaties and all. So that's it. That's all for today, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Please post your answer to the quiz question and your scores in the comment section. Thank you for watching.